Alright, so one of the differences of Don House of Burgess that differs from Joe's strong central government is that once things changed to Joe's strong central government, that is where T-Nog then turned into organized crime without the approval of the governance methodologies of autonomous House of Burgess regional drug metro teams. Okay? So, in strong central government, essentially what Don was doing was erased, and that then strong central government oversight was placed on integrated drug metro that includes FBI agents and DEA. See, those are central government agencies, and that gives Joe's theoretical governance method the ability of doing oversight on even the smallest little House of Burgess, little T-Knock, little informant teams. Also, and so let me tell you how a lot of things were well thought out before people even waltzed in on their little red carpet. So, the organized crime group of T-Knock is kind of what I'm talking about. Do setups and entrapments and tortures and child trafficking and psychoping and intel manipulations and targeted silencing of dissidents against dumb Don Trump. Along with collecting and blackmailing people and utilizing AIs that Don Trump had out of his casino to be hacking voting machines and such, and a whole slew of other stuff. As an organized criminal group that no longer has the approval to be operating as a knock group. And so if they continue, then this is where I've highlighted that if they just went on Wikipedia, they would see that you people are disavowed by our government and are considered people that are an organized crime group. See, the reach outs. See, Don was supposed to arrest all of you, but he knows that you all were doing his little Satan bidding and stuff. He no longer is in the seat. So when you guys have your QAnon ideas about speaker overloads and AIs that would be needed by Don that gives him some sort of weird subversive power in this type of way, it doesn't. That stuff was already known. Those plans were already observed because Don was using an outside database to have discussions about what to do if he didn't get reelected. See, if Don would have used his internal database, then his little speeches wouldn't have been or his little discussions wouldn't have been broadcasted by most of the fucking hacker world. Okay? So that's Don's fault. And so all of your guys' little QAnon plans for this type of shit were already seen on the planning phase at the beginning. And so a whole counter-op was placed into it. So, Vales, since you all have some sort of right to privacy that you guys don't give anybody else, here is where your guys' little T-Knock Don House of Burgess shit forces an illegal hack pop-up on essentially what would be the National Security Council, FBI, and CIA, and various other groups that are outside of Don's little pedo bang insider group. And see, that forced pop-up then gives them the legal ability to be seeing what all of you are doing. So if you guys would stop hacking your guys' blatant shit on their fucking screen, then you guys would have your privacy. So essentially what you all are doing is forcing these people to see what you all are doing behind the veils. And so just remember that these people they can stand witness. They can. And see, what you guys are used to doing is forcing that on random other people's screens who don't really have any authority. But see, if you guys are going to sit around and convince them of all being schizos, you guys are probably not going to get very far with that. See, if you guys are going to say that all of those people that you forced that shit on are a bunch of schizo, psychopath, pedophiles that are terrorists and shit, which is what you guys do to discredit people that see your guys' forced popped up shit. So, just remember that these would be the people you would have to convince of themselves being what you guys claim. So that's probably not going to work. So your guys' procedure is to call everybody basically a schizo, pedophile, psychopath, terrorist who sees your guys' forced, blatant, psycho pop-up shit. And so that is where they are legally taking information about all of you. You see that forcing your guys' psycho pop-up means that they're not hacking your guys' little T-Nox super pack shit that you guys were using. You guys are so blatant. You guys thought that you'd be able to shove it on nobodies that you guys could call a schizo and discredit for your guys' kind of pedo-bang method. And that, see, that's the stuff that was observed. And that, then a whole world pushed all of those screens onto this world. And so, strong central government pretty much views you people as an organized crime group. See, what you guys do is you guys constantly basically break laws every single fucking day. And have since Joe Biden took office and was able to essentially see what Don's infrastructure of dumb knock drug metro shit is. And so all of you, since all of you do a method of flooding millions of T-knock fucking retards all breaking laws at the same time to overwhelm the government, just remember, in World War II, they had internment camps. Right? And you know, your guys is like pink sheriff down there in Marsapuco County or something like that. What does he do? Oh, that's right. He puts up a big fucking fence, builds some lean-tos, and then forces everybody to sleep, basically in tents and shit. You see that your guys' pedo-bang fucking T-sheriff has already been everybody's bitch for what to do with all of you. Maybe they'll make you all wear blue. The forbidden Tino color. Over my dead body. Blue. So, that's just my thought. But, no, essentially, they won't, wear blue. So, this is basically where, the government's busy and that you people are starting to really ramp up your guys' 2022 election world. And this is what the stuff that's being seen is from all of you. And that then you all are operating under some sort of capacity as an approved non-official cover group. But you people are attempting to get people to believe in all of you being official cover. And you see, Don't they don't they realize that you all are not official cover agents, and that if you all are non-official cover agents under a Donald Trump executive order, none of you see that N in there? See that N? That means that Donald Trump's administration cannot give you people exoneration for this shit. See, a non official cover agent is usually an individual, and that when you all gather in a group, it becomes an organized criminal group. And since Don was attempting to make his T blackmail system be the furthest away from his presidential candidacy and the federal government as possible, they utilize a theoretical House of Burgess method that essentially pushes that stuff down to Dan Newhouse, to where the structure of, of who gets in trouble in ways falls, and basically this world represents falling on Dan Newhouse in this area. And then that's essentially where the interface to the White House administration comes from the congressional office in the district. And so in this is where Joe has people that are smart at computers. And then Joe utilizes the theoretical, like, resume that fits the job description theory. He does that. They do that. They do. See, in this one, it's whoever figures out the 0-time pedo munch the best or something. And whoever has the shittiest resume for the job or something like that. I mean, it's kind of like that. And so these people, when they place people in positions, they essentially background the fuck out of them. They do. And then they utilize their resume to see if they're even skilled enough to be doing that job. And so with that, you get smart governance. And that's essentially what most people thought any president would do. But that's right. The morality church world that put in a blatant womanizer, they tend to have some really detachments in lots of ways from how dumb of a governance method they've actually created in the White House. Right? And so this is like where these people, their whole theory was to just knowing that they would relentlessly do a Nazi like looping method, and then that justifying the need for Don to be given authority, and then that creating an AI that gives them the ability to operate autonomously in their little psycho little shit like this. But in advisement and strong central government, that mistake will never be made again. See, Don is trying to teach you. And that if he thinks that they're going to fall for this, giving Don some sort of ability to be hiding and controlling these people, that is essentially what kind of happened in 2015 and 16. And then those people started to work with drug metros and Mormon temples, being psychotic crazy people doing this shit. So that is where, yeah, Obama probably fell for the psyop of needing Don to be controlling Skull, Star Wars, or some shit like that, okay? That stuff. Well, they would have had somewhat of a convincing argument about it. It would have been reinforced by skull petabangs all over the land. Alright? But this time around, that's right, they basically, right after that election, they just wouldn't do anything in secret. They love shoving it in everybody's face, their fucking weird freedom shit. They love it. It's their weird psychotic obsession shit. And so that is pretty much what destroyed Skull's CIA pedo bang knock. Is that you people were supposed to operate in a truly subversive way. And that all you fucking dumb millennials in this fucking world, all you people ever did was go and find Antifa and go, look how we can break laws. I mean, that's essentially it. So, since that approval has to come from this world for this type of idea, well, the first approval didn't work. So, that's right. The complex, high-level geniusness of bitch move. Just to be not giving approval for that type of stuff. And that then, essentially, these people will literally be doing the same thing, but without some protective, AI that hides what they're doing. And so, then, probably the next step is to find known people, like the Christopher Wray guy. If he was to make a video, if you were to find a whole list of these people, and then him to blatantly be saying, you people are doing this. You people are not allowed to do this. And then just shoving it on their fucking screen or something. That might be an effective way of actually potentially reducing the numbers of people that are doing this shit. Basically. So, if they're looking for a way to at least be pushing some sort of minimization of this problem, that would probably be a better avenue than giving them a completely secure AI system that hides what they're doing. That's what Donald wants. He'll have his whole pedo-bank society reinforcing his same dumb explanations as he did before. And then, nowadays, that type of thought and thinking has to come up to a man. And so, the other thing is that ultimate fucking stupid entertainment. Or, forced pop-up. They're seeing what you guys would do if you guys thought nobody could see what you guys do. So, the whole idea is that Don also gets one of these, probably. And then probably sits there with the whole National Security Council and FBI top brass and probably Pentagon top brass, seeing the entertainment of his stupid little NOC world and what they do in a House of Burgess way. And so then Don is going to have to sit there and justify giving them some sort of protective AI that would keep this world from seeing their illegal behavior. And so you're probably not going to get that. Okay, T-Nox? You see the power of this person seeing the same thing as these people knowing that this person sees also, and then That being where this person has to talk in some sort of logical and rational way about why hiding and giving passes to raging psychopaths in his grassroots world. So, see, when he speaks this world's veil, that's where he has a different messaging method. But when he speaks with presidents and CIA, top brass, and FBI and National Security Council, he has to have a different message. Essentially. And so it kind of gets in the way of your guys' like scripted plan. Okay? You remember how you guys activated your guys' front loaded, like engineered AI for the upcoming 2022 elections that pushes into the 2024 election? Remember how you guys did that? Remember how right after the election was basically when Joe finally won, you guys activated your guys' 4-year front-loaded AI through Super PAC T knocking? It's like where some of these drug metros actually operate out of a super PAC controlled through this world and biased through this world. Created by pedophile white supremacists in this world. And so, good luck with that group, because you know what? All everybody's seeing is essentially like 2012 to 2016 on what you all were basically doing then. And then from 2016 to 2020, basically what all of you were doing then. And so now what we're seeing is 2020 to 2024 that now is exposed and basically represents what your guys' strategy was in 2012 and 2016. They essentially gather a shit ton of money for slush Russian meddling stuff and for high-level hacks on voting machines, okay? And that then it pushes into these people doing super PACs and shit, and then basically doing fraudulent donation stuff. So, and then working on getting congressmen to be taking over the House and the Senate and stuff. And then working on getting Donald Trump or whoever the Republican that steps in to be cheated into office. That's literally what their whole little shit is. So, in a Democrat strategy way, it would probably be smart to be slightly biased to your own re-election and to be following laws that doesn't hide horrible organized crime groups. That also follows the laws. Isn't it weird how the red carpet was unveiled?